Live from Ozarks First Plus, a rapid rundown of the local headlines, stories shared, viral videos, plus the features and facts before they hit your feed. You're watching The Daily Scroll with me, Bailey Stroll.
Hello and welcome to The Daily Scroll. We're glad you're here on what is likely a frigid day, since we're going to have several of those in the next few days. I don't want to get all down on the weather that we're expecting or we might be seeing when you're watching this, because we're trying to keep it positive, okay? But yes, I do have my blanket on in here, and a heavy coat would be needed outside as well, I would say. Isn't that right, Jay?
Yeah, I even have my hoodie in my lap because
Yeah, we're having to double up.
Yeah,
The AC is still running in this, and I mean, I'm not complaining, but you know, we got to keep those servers cold
I
in
heard
the
it was
station.
really bad in the studio yesterday.
So bad.
Is it especially bad? Okay.
The studio is freezing. We just have a garage door pretty much between us and the elements, or a couple of garage doors. And I told Jamie Warner yesterday, if I had to complain about one thing with this job, it wouldn't be anything to do with the job. I love my job. It is the temperature in this building. I am freezing. I saw a meme or a video online of a girl that's like the girl in the office that's always cold. That's me.
That's all of the girls here.
Yeah. And the boys too.
All of you have blankets, I've learned. I didn't know that. But
Yes, we all have blankets here.
Good
And
for you.
even the men are wearing their coats.
Oh, yeah. No,
inside.
I always felt bad when I was a PA because you'd be shivering in your dress and I'd be in a heavy coat and jeans. And I was like, sorry.
That's another thing.
Good luck.
That's another thing. The gender outfits when it
Yeah.
comes to news anchors is just
It's just not
completely
fair.
backwards when you have a cold studio. I wish I was wearing a suit every day,
Oh,
pants
yeah.
and a jacket and a long sleeve shirt. I would be
What's stopping
perfectly
you?
fine in this building if I was wearing that. That's true. But I would be sitting next to Mike Landis or Steve or Jesse,
Yeah.
and they're like sweating, and I'm wearing a tiny little dress, and I'm like, this is all wrong. I want to see you guys in this tank top dress.
Okay. I was like, do you?
And tell me it's
I
not
don't know
cold
if
in
you
here.
do.
Oh, reminiscing.
So
And
good.
now I'm in the studio by
Good times.
myself, so I can
Yeah.
only complain to Jamie, who he does control the thermostat sometimes, though.
He does control the weather, so it is kind of his fault.
That's true. I said with the forecast, how it's looking, people are really might be cursing his name
It might be.
in a few days. I hate to say that, but you know, he's not the most well-liked guy right now when you look
Oh.
at the 7-day.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today, we've got some pop culture drama that we're going to talk about. It threw me for a loop when I saw this on social media. The Beckham family, you know, Posh Spice, David Beckham, soccer, you know, the Spice Girls. Well, their son, one of their sons, is really going off. And it was shocking to see just the detail of his complaints. We're going to get into that. Also, how you can send your name up to space on the next Artemis 2 launch. And also where you can maybe see some very historic documents from the founding of the U.S., not too far away. And then later we'll talk about a couple of new surveys that have just came out. One that has to do with whether you're going to be a lucky super ager, and another that has to do with parents allowing their kids to swear. Pretty interesting stuff. Okay, but first, your local thread. So a touring exhibit highlighting historic documents from way back to the beginning of the U.S. is going to visit 8 cities between March and August. You know why, Jay? Because we are celebrating 250 years.
250 years.
250 years of the U.S.
Time flies.
We're still a young country, though, compared to the others, you know?
So true.
So they're going to be taken around the country in a customized Boeing aircraft called the Freedom Plane. And the closest one to us, not too far, Kansas City. Pretty
Yay.
exciting. I bet you could guess the National World War I Museum and Memorial. It's going to be there if you want to go see it. All of these documents from March 6th to Friday, March 6th to Sunday, March 22nd. You know, I might just have to make the trip. I don't know the next chance that I'm going to see these.
Yeah, but you know, like, was it last week we talked about all the like pop culture memorabilia, and I was kind of impressed because I was like, those are
It's a lot.
those are big things. Those are fancy stuff.
Yeah.
These kind of
Which
feel like
one you like more?
well, these kind of feel like the B team as far as historical documents.
This is just giving me thoughts of
I don't know.
National Treasure.
Okay, well,
If you're ever going to steal it,
the first
hijack
thing,
that
Well, here's
plane.
the thing: the first thing is the original engraving of the Declaration of Independence. I've seen the Declaration of Independence,
but there are
I don't
only
know.
50 known engraved copies.
but what's at the National
printed
Archive?
from a copper plate of the original, and I'm guessing this is.
Did I not see the original? Isn't that what Ben
Well,
Gates
I don't know.
steals?
I guess they rewrote it a few times.
Nick Cage is not taking engravings. Let me tell you what. He's
Yeah,
getting-
well, that's true.
he's getting the original and he's sticking it in an oven. Okay.
The next one is the Articles of Association, 1774. The engraving of the Declaration of Independence was 1823. Now we're going back to 1774. Signed by all 53 delegates, the Articles of Association urged colonists to boycott British goods and was the Continental Congress's first major unified act of resistance against Britain. You don't want to see that in person?
It's cool, but like there are just more famous documents. There are more. There's
Well,
the
they can't take 'em
Constitution,
all
There's the what?
on the
I don't
road.
know. Yeah. And then like Treaty of Paris is like
1783.
that's a cool treaty, but like there are cooler ones. I don't know. I actually think that some of this is just for Hamilton fans.
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe I should watch that first before I head up there.
George
I
Washington.
haven't seen it.
Hamilton and Burr's oaths of allegiance.
Their oaths of allegiance to the
That's
office
fun.
of the Continental Army signed during the Revolutionary War. That's pretty cool.
Like I said,
The
that's
Treaty of
cool.
Paris, that's iconic. Absolutely iconic. And then a secret printing of the Constitution in draft form from 1787, which had handwritten notes on it during the Constitutional Convention in 1787. So that's a rare one, it says. And then the tally of votes approving the Constitution, 1787 too. The voting record of the Constitutional Convention reflecting the debates, resolutions, and eventual vote on the final text that would become the Constitution.
Listen, my dad would love this. He would be so excited. But I would prefer to just go to Washington D.C., see some of the
And see the actual
classics.
You know, you do have a point.
These
there.
are these are a little deeper dive, which for some people, super exciting. But for me, is like it's the
Well, it's also one of
secondaries.
those things like when you have it on display, I'm conscious of all the other people that are around me.
Yeah.
How long am I going to stand there
And
and either just
read
look
it
at
or
it or am I
something? Yeah.
actually going to read the thing? Because
Yeah.
there are people behind me waiting to do the same thing. And I don't know if I should sit there. How long do you stand
But you know
in
what?
front of it?
if you're in Kansas City in March,
Might as well.
might as well. That
The
sounds
weather's
fun.
good. Get out there.
Get out there.
It's free,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah,
Maybe.
it is. Okay, well, hey, up to you. But I'm letting you know, March 6th through the 22nd, you have some opportunities for sure. At the Kansas City World War I Museum and Memorial. That's where those documents are going to be flown in on a specialty plane. Okay, and when we come back, we'll tell you how you can send your name to space while the opportunity is still around, because, spoiler alert, the last day is actually today. And then we're talking Brooklyn Beckham spilling some major, and I'm talking major family tea about his mom and pops, okay? Or I guess I should say his mom, because that's what he kept saying. Okay, we'll be right back. Maybe I'll read it. You can now send your name to space, all thanks to NASA launching the Artemis 2. So they're inviting the public to join the agency's test flight as 4 astronauts are venturing around the moon to test some systems and hardware that they need for deep space exploration. And as part of that, they have an opportunity to send your name up there. Anyone can claim their spot, but do it fast because the last day, January 21st. So we're just getting a little ahead of this. And if you are watching this after the 21st, well, I'm sorry, that's your fault. You should have watched us live at 3:30 p.m. on Ozarks First Plus every day.
Do you know what I thought about this?
What?
You need to do it because you have an original name. I think I'm just going to trust that another Jay
That a
Reed
Jay Reed will do it?
has already done it. I'm represented in there.
Hey, yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
need to
there
worry about
is
it.
at least a J and
Somebody.
somebody with a last name Reed.
Oh, absolutely.
You're right. You know, I heard about this because Tom Turton was walking by in the newsroom after stopping by the printer today, and I said, "What do you got there?"
Now he needs to do it.
And he
has an
showed
original
me.
name.
Yeah, exactly. He's going up there. It's happening. Tom Turton's
awesome.
name is heading up there. So he signed up for it. It is free. But here's the catch. And I don't want to discourage people. But these collected names are going to be put on an SD card loaded aboard the Orion before the launch. And then you can download a boarding pass as a collectible. And that's what Tom Turton showed me. So that's pretty cool. But this is not like the windows at a McDonald's where you pay a little for the charity and you put it up there. No, it's going on an SD card. And how
Yeah.
many names? You know, you think of just like how tiny a Word document is. You could fit 1 million names on there on an SD card. Come on. But it's a
So-
good marketing
Just
tactic.
loaded your name onto a thumb drive and they called it a day.
A lot of people want to say they've, done
Yeah.
this in space or this in space. So here's another
Does
opportunity.
this make us
for
sort of
you.
astronauts if we do this? Is
I
that-
would, if Katy Perry can say she's one,
That's what I was thinking.
I'll say I'm one too.
Yeah, sure. Close enough. Who cares?
Oh, and just for everybody's, for the sake of putting it out there, February 6th is the date that the Artemis 2 has the earliest window to launch, but it could potentially be extended into April.
See,
if
that's
needed.
more exciting than having my name on it. Just
Just
that we're
watching
going.
it.
Just that we're
Just
going
that
to
we're
space
going
again.
Yeah, actually, that is more exciting.
wanna
I
get
would- I
back
would
out
have to
there,
agree
guys.
with that. Okay, and then next, because I want to leave time for this.
You're really excited about this?
Brooklyn Beckham, the eldest of the former football player and the former Spice Girl, Lady Victoria Beckham, Sir David Beckham, has apparently cut ties with his family. Don't worry about trying to read that because I'm going to
Oh,
read
thank
you some of
goodness.
the best
I was
quotes.
worried about it.
I mean, he just recently, it sounds like he got married to a lady named Nicola, and he's airing his grievances big time all over Instagram. And this just happened on the 19th. And man, it was all my feed when I was looking at my phone last night. You know, I just have to preface this. Normally, I wouldn't care. But I'm telling you, the details of his grievances are, I mean, they're really in the weeds. And
Bailey, you love to tell me that first somebody exists and then that they have drama. And I wish that those didn't
don't-
come
you didn't
back
know
to
who
back
this
so
was?
often.
I mean, I
No
didn't know who
idea.
this was, but if I saw a picture of him, I'd be like, that's one of the Beckhams.
I know. I know the name Beckham. Did
Bend
he
it like
bend
Beckham.
it?
That's all I knew.
That's all I got.
You knew.
That's all I got.
knew you were going to have a reference in there. Okay, so long story short, he says he does not want to reconcile with his parents. He's rejecting claims that his wife controls him. He says the opposite is true. He's alleging that he was actually controlled by his parents for most of his life and that stepping away from his family is what's brought him peace and relief from longstanding anxiety. He also accused his family of repeatedly disrespecting his wife and prioritizing public image and brand promotion over private relationships. And then he went on to describe some incidents. So I'll read some quotes here, but I mean, are we that surprised that
I've never seen
David
this play before in my
Beckham
life.
and Victoria Beckham are all about the publicity?
Yeah, no, they're celebrities.
Probably not, but
This kid's
it
younger than
does
me.
seem a little bit extreme based on what he's saying.
Okay.
Okay. He says, quote, "My parents have been trying to endlessly ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped." It's mainly the way that he's saying it is what's so wild to me. Like, he's really putting it out there. "The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the links that they'll go to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people to preserve their own facade. My mom canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour for the wedding, despite how exciting she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently need to find a new dress." To that, I lovingly say boo-hoo.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Bailey, you built this up so much, and then it's like
No,
the
I
dress
didn't-
got canceled.
He does seem.
Call it a day.
I
That's it.
feel for this guy because he does value privacy, and it seems like he
Yeah.
didn't get it. But at the same time, very specific complaints
Very s-
about the wedding, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who's paying for that wedding?
I
Who
don't
paid
know.
for
I
it?
mean,
Who
look,
cashed
look.
the checks?
you can be mad. I'm not
Wrote the checks.
upset at that. You know, just yeah.
Okay, but there's more.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Okay,
I was really worried.
not just the dress. Weeks before our big day, my parents allegedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected my wife, my future children. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because the terms of the deal would be initiated. I want to know more about that. My holdout affected the payday, and they've never treated me the same since. Now that seems sketch. During the wedding planning, my mom went as far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include our nannies, paraphrasing here, because they didn't have their husbands there. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. Why are you telling us this?
Yeah, this seems like extra.
It's juicy. I love it. I feel for you, but extremely specific.
You know what? I think I know why you like this drama so much. This just sounds like a Reddit post. If this was on Reddit, we'd all be like, "Oh, I think this person's in the wrong. I think this person's." But at this point, it's just.
I would think this was juicy if it was a stranger.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because it is a famous person on their own Instagram stories, I
Makes
mean,
it more
it's just
exciting for you.
wild behavior. Which, but again, if it's true, it's true.
True.
Okay, and the last thing, sorry. Now, this is the one I've been seeing memes about today. My mom hijacks my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage. He's having to plug whatever, where the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt so uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life.
Mark Antony, the guy from Julius Caesar.
Anthony with an H.
Oh,
No,
my bad.
he's famous. You wouldn't know because you're young, but no, but you're gonna see a lot of if you're scrolling
There's a lot of memes
doing
about
your
that.
daily scroll, you're gonna be seeing memes about that one, about the dancing at the. Oh my goodness!
But we don't have video. We don't have.
So then I'm looking up the memes here.
Oh. You're pulling up your phone.
I don't know if I should show some of
Okay,
these.
yeah, maybe.
But somebody has commented. Out of 500 people, I know someone at that wedding has the dance footage. We
That's
need to
what
clear
I'm
this
saying.
up.
Yeah.
And then I will personally start a GoFundMe for whoever wants to break their NDA to leak this. I'm sorry. The shenanigans.
That'll make a good segment when that comes out. We can put that on the air. It'll be good.
Yes, we'll have an update. Okay, so I wish him all the best, and I wish them their privacy. I don't think this is going to be the last we're hearing about this.
I don't know.
All right. We got to go, but we'll have the status update when we come back. The Beckham conversation went
Continued
all the
on.
way through the commercial break
still
up
talking about it.
until now. I know we're still talking about it. Okay. So, new study shows super agers are not just lucky.
Is this real?
They often possess different genetic profiles that actively tilt the odds against cognitive decline. Super agers are people over the age of 80 who still have the memory and cognitive function as someone who's 30 years younger. I hope that the tables turn in my favor when it comes to this one. It looks like that scientists have identified people are less likely to have two genes linked to Alzheimer's and are more likely to have genes beneficial to cognitive health. Now, I'm not sure how we will know this until it happens to you.
Right.
But
This seems like one of
apparently-
those things you just find out.
They have identified what makes some people way more with it later on in life than others, and it's
interesting.
these two different genes. So,
So it's
they're
like, come back to us when you have like a way to make it happen.
exactly. Well, they do say internal and external factors, meaning lifestyle matters significantly.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Here
not
we
fun.
go. Got to live a healthy lifestyle. Many superagers are known to practice healthy routines, including a good diet, exercise, social engagement, which complements their genetic predispositions.
Naturally.
And now I'm thinking back on all the poor decisions I made and all the fast food that I ate up until my 30
You're
years.
not going to super age. You're just going to age.
Dang it.
You know who I think? Well, I guess this is just about like cognitive whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of think like, I think Jamie Warner's going to be a super ager.
Oh, he seems like it for sure. He does all the right things.
But
seems
then
like
he also is like, I forgot this thing. I'm losing it. And I'm like, Jamie, you remember the weather from like the 90s. I think you're fine. I think it's going to be okay.
He tells, like, he'll be like, oh, well, before I came in at noon today, stays until 11 p.m., mind you. Comes in at noon here.
Yeah.
He's like, I was mowing the grass. I cut down some tree limbs. I did this. I'm like,
He's living.
before noon? How did you get a shower in, lunch, and like,
I haven't even gotten
this
out of bed,
guy
Jamie.
is a
What are you doing?
superhero.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So next, parents are becoming more lenient with their kids swearing. A University of Michigan survey found that fewer than half of parents now, fewer than half, would say that their kids should never use swear words. So a majority now says that they sometimes can. Most parents say they believe their kids learn these curse words from friends, main reasons being trying to fit in, trying to be funny, or trying to get attention. I guess I agree with all of those things.
Sure.
But-
Is your kid going to be allowed to swear?
Yeah. I mean,
You're like, sure, why
after a
not?
certain age. After a certain age.
What's that age?
I know by about high school, it wasn't
Okay,
a
high
big
school.
deal
That's fair.
in my household
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least. But I'm thinking back to like when the tables turned. First of all, a lot of my swearing was done listening to rap music.
Oh, that's a
child.
weird one. That's a weird place to
know?
learn it. I feel like you want to
Yeah.
learn the words
Or
in a
like,
different
that
context.
Panic at the Disco song.
Which one?
I chimed in with a haven't
Oh,
you people
okay.
ever heard
I don't feel like
of?"
that.
Closing the
Okay,
Door.
sure.
You know,
did,
it just
you didn't
does,
listen
if
to the
you-
radio edit?
It's
What are you
not
doing?
that I want to say GD. It's that the song is so good,
So
and if
catchy.
you were around when it first
That
came out,
time.
you have to scream it.
Sure.
And I think
and your parents
my
were
mom
like, we're not fighting this battle. We can't take on Brendan Urie. We just gotta let this
exactly.
one go. Wow.
Brendan Urie.
Yeah.
I think my mom realized, hey, that's a pretty good song. Sounds better if you belt it out. You know.
She didn't go find you the radio edit. Didn't find you.
Well, she did when we were
An alter-
younger,
Okay,
but then
okay.
after that, it's hard
Is there
to
a Kids
find
Bop
on
version?
LimeWire. You
Hold
know.
on. Is there a Kids Bop?
But no,
Panic at
my
the
mom was
Disco?
not letting us say GD when I was a kid. I'm just got to put that out there. But
They got High Hopes on Kids Bop.
High Hopes, that's a good song. I
Little
love Panic
little
at the
overplayed,
Disco.
but that's fine.
It's one of my number ones. But and the other thing was, I think when I was doing the most profanity, it was because I was upset about something. So
Sure,
it
and
wasn't
it's
me
like-
trying to get attention
Yeah,
or trying to
yeah.
fit in. It was because I was actually upset.
I could see a parent being like,
Yeah.
you like, especially if you get like you bang your knee or something. If you just want to be like, hey,
Yes.
say what you need to say right now, then we're gonna go back in.
Yes. Or if you're telling a
Yeah.
story and you get really heated and one slips out,
One slips out, you know.
let it go. And
Let
I
it
think
go.
that's how parents are feeling nowadays too.
That's fair.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Daily Scroll. And hey, we're going to be here all week, and the next week, and the next week, and the next week. And you can catch us on the 6 o'clock on Color 10, 6:30 on Fox 49. We'll see you then.